Alrighty, it will soon be 6 o'clock. I'm still trying to figure out exactly how to use this thing best. I don't have access to that feature, and I have a split cam going on. My microphone's working. Okay, gonna wait till exactly 6 to start this. I don't know if anyone cares. I don't know what kind of alerts you get. I'm just playing around with stuff, and I thought I might make a setting because making worlds is easy and fun and interesting as long as you've got something to make it with. I'm going to have to use some sort of random system, I think, to give me some prompts, but I'm also testing out something. All right, it's not 6 o'clock yet, so I won't start talking because something should trigger, surely. Oh, yeah, there's a countdown. Is that a count? No, that's how long I've been live. It's going up. All right, well, I don't know. I'm trying to see what happens at 6 o'clock, which is when I scheduled this for. Am I just going to be a little bit behind? So I'm waiting to see what happens at 6 o'clock. Who knows what will happen? Maybe YouTube will crash and rainbows will fire into my eyes. That would be interesting. Welcome to live chat. Okay, it is now 6 o'clock. I do not know what that means. Anyway, I'm building a system that. Hang on. Let me put me on share screen. Yep, share screen. Building a thing to help basically people make settings. And the idea is basically you build a series of tables, let you figure out what kind of stories are being told in your world and what kind of elements they might have. So we could fill this out with any pre-existing setting that we wanted, and then we can figure out a story about it. I was just sort of randomly putting things into this to just see what I could get, but it might be more fun to test this with a setting that I already know. So I'm going to randomly generate a movie or something to give me an idea of a setting that I might already know and like. I'll get some more under this. Okay. Looking at this list of movies. Oh, the butterfly effect. I suppose I could use my other generating system, the WorldWell, to get some ideas. But actually, I think. Yeah, look, let's just keep going with this and see where it takes us. So I've got this idea of the burning world, and the title comes from the book by Margaret Cavendish, who was one of the first science fiction writers in history. She wrote a kind of weird allegorical story about this world that existed at the North Pole. Actually, look, speaking of allegories, I'm going to just put down Jekyll and Hyde because I was reading about it the other day. So the way this works, by the way, I found out the other day, it should be pronounced Jekyll, according to the author, but it's become Jekyll over time. Anyway, the way this system works is that I've identified there's basically 4 rough forms that most adventures can take in the kind of stories that we tell in adventure pulp narrative fiction that most role-playing games inhabit. You have to have something that the protagonist can interact with, and there's basically 4 ways that you can sort of really do that. You can have some sort of thing that's about mystery or exploration. You can have something where you're hunting something or something's hunting you. You can be transporting something in or out or around or through something, and other people may have strong opinions about that. And you can be having some sort of battle or tug of war across something, which is slightly different to the hunt. It's a straight out thing where all the protagonists are clear. Anyway, it gets us a D4, and then the way that the system works is basically you're going to put big ideas about the setting on the D6. On the D8, you're going to actually come up from some actual concrete tropes that exist inside your world. So if you were looking at Star Wars, for example, your big ideas might be the Rim versus the Hub, good versus evil, destiny versus freedom, bloodlines, you know, nature of the Force, the power of the mind, an evil empire. These are all sort of big ideas. So I don't really know much about the world. This one, I don't know much about this world, except I really like the name. I really like the idea of being on fire, burning the fire of the world. The world. So I've written down my big ideas for this. The world is burning. The world is co-located and above. There's basically some sense that the world sits on top of our world, and you can connect in and out of it. I've also written down you can go to different time periods, because the time is different. Seeing the burning world can help cure insanity. I think that's an interesting idea. I think a lot of the times we connect the other to the insane. I thought, what if it's the opposite? What if seeing this world is helps you cure insanity? Then I wrote down black gods live in the burning sea. I don't even know what that means, but kind of like the sound of it. And then I wrote down Jekyll and Hyde. I think maybe there's something in the burning world that changes you, or you can have a representative in these worlds. I'm not sure. Then we want some concrete tropes. So I'm going to put down the North Pole. I'm going to say the poles. That's a trope. That's how you sort of enter the burning world typically. I'm going to put down metonymic animals. Hang on, I'm getting a text. Okay. I may have to stop this now. So I will stop this now, and I'll just do it on my own.